Hey, it's Patty, and I wanted to make a card using one of the new Hostess sets in the new catalog. So this is called Feathery Friends, and it's a Hostess set, so you'd have to have a party of $150 if you wanted to host a party or just place your own order. You can get this for free. And it reminds me of the Pennsylvania Dutch, I think. It's really cute, and I made it with the two birds, and I cut out some of the flowers. There's no framelits or anything with this, but they're very easy to cut out. So I used the Daffodil Delight and the, what is it called? Marina Mist. Sorry. I like that color. Lately I've been kind of playing with that color. So I did a lot of this with the blender pens, and I'll show you. I'm not going to paint the whole card, but I'll show you how I got started. I already did one in advance. So let's get started. What I did was I took the layering ovals, and this is the largest one, framelits, and I took this one and I just cut it out, and then I stamped in the archival black. It's important that you use the archival black so that when you're doing your blending and coloring that you don't bleed over. So I just put the two birds, I think I started with this one facing this way, and kind of put it toward the end. And this is on the shimmery cardstock, so it doesn't pill up as much when you're doing the blending. You can do watercolor cardstock, or you can do regular plain old cardstock, just be a little more cautious. So I put these down, and it's a little bit of a tight squeeze here, but I think they're just so cute and happy. It looks almost like a little guy talking to his mama or something. That's how I envision it. And then what I did was I took out my ink pads. So I used Lemon Lime Twist, and I just kind of squeezed it. And then that gives me a kind of a palette to work from. And I did the Marina Mist. You can see I was swirling around in there. And then I did Peekaboo Peach and Daffodil Delight. So these are all the ink pads I used. And what I did was I took the blender pen. If you get this, you get 3 of them in a pack, and you just want to make sure there's no ink on it. Every time you use it, you kind of have to clean it off until it runs clear. So that's clear. And then you just pick up your ink. So I'm going to do the Daffodil Delight, and you just start coloring it in, and you just keep adding to it. If you wanted to make it darker, you could, you know, add another layer to it. So what I did was I did all my yellows first. I also did the flowers. So I did all my coloring. I did my yellows and then my greens and the blue and the orange. So I'm not going to go through all of that because I already made one, but I just wanted you to see the process that I followed. So we'll do the beak and the Peekaboo Peach. And you just pick up some more, maybe do part of the feather. And you just have to make sure that between each color that you clean it. So let's do a little bit of the blue. I did the eyes in blue. And I'm not going to go much further than that. The drops in blue. So whatever colors you want, you can always go over it if you wanted to make it a little bit darker. Just add more of the ink and color over it again. So that's as far as I'm going to go with this. I'll just close up my ink pads. And I've already done one just so you didn't have to watch me color the whole thing. It's very nice. I mean, I sat at my kitchen table and had some music on in the background and did my coloring after I had stamped everything. So this is the one I did, and I also did the flowers. And the flowers I just fussy cut out, so I just stamped them on cardstock and I cut them out with scissors. The one thing that I did was I took my basic black marker, and you could do this with a Sharpie if you didn't have the marker. And I just kind of went around the edge because I found I had, you know, when I cut it, there was still some white showing. So I wanted to cover that up. And I'm not the greatest fussy cutter going. So, and then I just layered them down. I mean, it was pretty easy card. I have my base card, which is an A2, so it's a half a sheet of cardstock, just cut in half and then scored at 4.5, and then this side is I'm sorry, it's scored at 4.25, and then down is 5.5, and then this is Daffodil Delight, so everything coordinates, and this would be 5.25 by 4, and then the Marina Mist is 3 3/4 by 5. So it just gives you like a triple layer, and I thought the colors were really pretty. I just am really liking this color. I never really used Marina Mist before. And then I just took the sentiment, and this is the sentiment that comes, "You're amazing." Remember that. I thought that was really cute, and I do like these other flowers. I'm going to have to make some more with these. I think they're really pretty. So I did my sentiment kind of toward the bottom on the left, so I had the couple of flowers here and there. So I did that in the basic black, and let me just ink that up. And what I did with this was I tried to line up that, I know it points down a little bit, I hope you can see that, kind of where the straight is, and I did it on my grid paper just to kind of get an idea. So it goes up a little bit from there, and let me just do this here, and I'm going to just line up my grid paper. And you don't have to be so exact, but I just wanted to try to get it as straight as I could. Oh, I kind of messed it up there, so the great thing is you can just flip it over. And we'll do that again. So we'll go straight up and straight down. I think I just fudged it a little bit. Okay, that looks much better. Let's close this up. And then I adhered my Daffodil Delight just with some snail. And I ran out of snail. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I ran out of snail and I had to add a refill in here. So I'm adding the Daffodil Delight to the card base. Just kind of line that up. Make sure it looks even all the way around. And then I will add my layer of Marina Mist. Took the one that had nothing in it, and there's my mess up on the back. That's why you don't really adhere things down until you have done your stamping, just to make sure everything looks good. Okay, and then I put the birds down also with snail, and then I popped up a couple of the flowers. So I'll put this down. Pretty simple card. I mean, it was fun coloring, but it was very easy to make. And then I'll put 2 flowers down here and 1 up here. So the first flower I'm going to just put down with snail. And then I'll pop up the other 2 with my dimensionals. And then we're done. I don't have a sentiment on the inside. Not sure who I'm going to send them to, so I will probably add some flowers and a sentiment when I have a better feel. A lot of times I make cards just to have on hand, and this one has the white card base, the Whisper White, so I wouldn't have to put any other cardstock in there. So these are the cards. I think they're really cute. I love the birds. So give me a thumbs up if you like this, and I'll be back in another couple of days with another video. You take care. Bye.